Hello. Today I'm going to talk to you about West Virginia. West Virginia is a place famous for, after a football game, they roll the couch out in the street and they set it on fire to celebrate. I thought that's pretty cool. They like to celebrate life with good food like catfish. Catfish. A catfish is freshwater fish and does not have scales. See, no scales? They have a skin. It's a really slippery skin. And it's tough. You don't want to eat it. You don't want to eat the skin. That probably wouldn't be good for you. So today I'm going to show you how to clean a catfish. I guess everybody already knew how, so I might be repeating myself. But just in case you don't, pay attention. In the old days, I would hang that fish up on a nail on a tree. You hang it upside down, drive a nail in the tree. You trim the skin, you pull it off. The problem with that is the tree starts smelling really fishy, kind of funky fishy. And it attracts all kind of creatures like raccoons and weird animals. And you may not want them in your yard. So I do it in my kitchen, and I'll cook some fish while I'm cleaning. Or you can do it on a picnic table. You know, just gotta wash it all off when you're done, because you don't want to attract them critters. The way to hold the fish to the board instead of a nail is I use a screw and a piece of wood. This piece of wood's got little holes in it. Okay. There. This fish told me he doesn't have a girlfriend. He just knows somebody gets really mad when he says that. I didn't write that. Mitch Hedberg wrote that. And I wonder if he ever caught catfish. Back to the fish. I use this handy little deer skinning, bear skinning blade. It came from Alaska. You start that knife down like so. It's really sharp knife. You gotta be careful with this kind of blade. It's extremely sharp. It's a skinning blade, and if you're not careful, you're going to skin yourself a lot, bleed a lot. There's a couple ways to skin them. You can leave the head on, and because it's much funner to leave the head on and have all them guts fly everywhere, I'm going to do that to show you how much fun that is. You see that skin come off? Look at that. And a little bit of meat came off with it. We didn't want that. Daggone it. I might have cut too deep with my fillet knife. And this knife here, it's such a sharp knife, you can just barely cut the surface, and that's what you want to do. So I cut a little bit too deep, and there you go, look at that. And that skin came right off. All these parts go in this bag, and they go in the crab pots. Crabs love to eat catfish heads. Yeah. Take your fillet knife and just run down the bone. That's a thin fish. I'm catching in the rib bones now. Don't want that part. Put all these fillets into a bowl of salt water. See the bowl of salt water? Let them soak. Off with his head. Ooh. These things are tough. This is when you need a big cleaver and a good aim. And that's why sometimes I just leave the head on. But today, we're taking this head off. It's going in the crab pot mix. Because I'm going to save this middle part for soup stock. Or to just make fish chowder out of it. And that's really good stuff. There's a lot of meat on there that doesn't need to be thrown away. You just got to pick around the bone. This is side two of this record. The other side of the catfish. I'm going to reposition them for the skin pull. Try to go back to that same little hole. Makes it easier to drill. Doesn't that shake the camera a lot and make all kind of vibrations? That might be enough to hold. Let me see, maybe not. I gotta pinch it. Yeah, got her pinched now. Alrighty. Dial that real light. And this side here, real light. Just enough to cut the skin. I think I cut too much last time. So this is a sharp knife. There's a lot of innards in there. See all these things in there? They need to come out too. Entrails. Those innards need to come out. They need to go into the crab pot bag. All right. Get this started. Just enough of the skin. Don't want to cut too deep. Yeah, look at that. Oh, that's going to be a good one. Look at that. Purdy. Ain't that purdy? Got that skin off. That's some pretty good stuff. It's really tough. It's real tough. You can make some really nice moccasins out of it, but then they stink like fish. I don't really know how to cure a skin. Alright, back to fillet. Fillet is a French word for cut it off the bone, I think. It's either a French word or it's an Ohio word. You know, them people are in Ohio, they got their little way about them. We'll get that little, this is the belly right here. I'll make sure that comes in with the fillet, because that's a good little piece of meat. That little piece right below the ribs there. That is a delicacy. And then, let me finish up this piece. Up here high, get some of that meat. Yeah. I remember I was on the Ohio River, and that kind of in between West Virginia and Ohio. And those people from Ohio were throwing firecrackers at us. So we lit them and threw them back. My neighbor's from Ohio, and they say Ohio, but I heard it was Ohio. All right, so got to get this tail off. That's been screwed. I got to trim off these edges. That dorsal fin on the top is a tough one. This is where this knife comes in handy. You cut down in there, get that piece, and then trim this little lower fin off. I don't know what that